goods and services listed in the reverse charge mechanism, and to whom this reverse charge mechanism will apply? First, what is reverse charge mechanism? Normally, uh, in a transaction, we pay the GST to the government to electronic cash ledger in the GST portal. But in RCM, instead of supplier, recipient will pay the taxes to the government through electronic cash ledger in GST portal. As per section 2 of subsection 98 of CGST Act, liable to pay the tax by the recipient of supply of goods or services or both, instead of supplier by the recipient. And these taxes which are paid does not include in the value of supplies of the aggregate turnover. As per section 24 of the CGST Act, all the persons who are required to pay tax under the reverse charge are registered under the GST irrespective of their threshold limits. In the RCM, recipient will pay the reverse taxes to the government. So recipient is required to register under the GST irrespective of the threshold limited under section 22. Since the section 24 of the CGST Act overrides the section 22. The section 22 defines the aggregate threshold limit to register under the GST Act. The persons who are required to pay tax under the reverse charge are required to be registered irrespective of the threshold limited specified under section 24 of the CGST Act. This section overrides section 22, which provides the exemption from the registration if the aggregate turnover does not exceed 20 lakhs, but not section 23. The section 23 defines the services which are only exempted from GST. Like if you are doing only the petrol businesses, those are not registered. Or if you are selling the alcohol, those are not registered under the GST Act. It not override the section 23, but it overrides the section 22. Situations where RCM will apply. Normally in the Act, where in case of supply of specified category goods or services covered under 9 subsection 3 of the CGST Act, and in case of supply of specified category of services made by unregistered supplier to specified class of registered recipient under section 9 subsection 4. These two and e-commerce operators, section 9 subsection 5, e-commerce operator specified category of services, those are also this RCM will apply in section. info. And there is an amendment to the section 9 subsection 4. The government recommendations of the councils notifies class of registered person who shall in respect of supply of specified category goods or services from a unregistered supplier pay tax on reverse charge basis. I will show those amendments. These three are the amendments in the notification. Supply of goods and services or both other than services by of grant of development rights, long-term lease of land, which constitute and against upfront payment in the form of premium, salami, development charges or FSI, including additional FSI. Sir, sir, can you please explain these three, sir? Because I not understand. Hello. FS. Okay. Oh, okay. In this case, promoter will pay, sir. Oh, because the landowner. Sir, and these two cement already it stated in that one, no, sir. Hello. They just they change this one, sir. Chapter heading or Tax. Okay. Next, RCM under IGST. For the import of services, RCM will apply. If you take any services from the non-taxable territory, then uh, RCM will apply. If importation of services for consideration, whether or not in course or furtherance of businesses, then the person in taxable territory is required to pay the tax. Here, if you take the services from the non-taxable territory, if it is consideration and not for the furtherance of business also, we have to pay the tax. If you take the consideration and for the business, then we will pay the tax. And if you take the services from the related party or distinct party without consideration for furtherance of the businesses, then also we have to pay the taxes. Okay. Then the supplier is to prepare the invoices in his own name, and he has to mention the tax to be paid under the reverse charge in the invoices mentioned clearly, and it cannot be the RCM input cannot be taken before paying the tax amount. Okay, that is, it cannot be paid by utilizing the input tax credit. Supply on which GST paid is actually the input service of recipient. He can avail the ITC, but only after the payment of the tax in the electronic cash ledger. This is the invoice issued by the supplier. Sir? No, sir. In the next month. Oh, it can be taken in the same month. But we have to pay the taxes. Okay. This is the invoice format. If you see in the below, he mentioned that amount of the tax subject to reverse charge. Every supplier who are providing the services under the reverse charge mechanism has to mention this in their invoices. Amount of tax subject to reverse charge. So the recipient can understood that he has to pay the tax under the reverse charge mechanism. If you see here, the Ramesh Transport are providing the transporting services. So the transport services are covered under the RCM list. So he mentioned this line in the invoice. GST. Yes, I will show that one also. Time of supply and RCM. In reverse charge, the time of supply shall be the earliest of the following date. There are three conditions. There are three criteria we have to check. First, date of recipient of goods, or date of payment, or date of immediately after the 30 days from the issuance of invoice by the supplier. This 30 days is for the goods. For services, 60 days. I will show one example to understand this concept. Not applicable. And services, date of receipt of goods is okay. PNC is the okay. And if it is not determined by above three cases, then date of payment of entry we have to taken. Here, when the supplier is outside India, for the services, when the supplier is outside India, then these two conditions we have to check. Date of entry in the books of accounts of the receiver, or date of payment, whichever is earlier. I will show you one example, you will understand. This is for the goods. Here, date of receipt in the first condition, date of receipt of the goods is 29th July, and date of invoice is 5th August. Date of payment is 10th November, and time of supply of goods, earliest of the three. Here, 29th July is the earliest, because date of receipt of the goods is earlier than the date of invoice, 30 days from the date of invoice and the date of payment. So we taken 29th July is the time of supply. In the second one, 15th August, 25th August, 30th July. Here, date of payment is earlier than the date of receipt of the goods and 30 days from the date of invoice. So we taken 30th July as the time of supply. And third one, 10th August, 1st July, and 15th August. 31st July. 10th August. Okay. Here, time of supply is the 31st July, because 30 days from the date of invoice is the earlier than the date of receipt of the goods and the date of payment. If you calculated 1st July to 31st July, it is the 30 days. For the time of supply for goods from the issuance of the invoice is 30 days. We already read in the before slides. Okay, these are the list of goods and services on which RCM is applicable. First, goods. Here we go. Purchase of cashew nuts, not sell or peel. These suppliers are the agriculture for these cashew nuts and BD wrappers, leaves, tobacco leaves. These three agriculturists are the supply of the goods, and the recipient is any registered person. So RCM will pay by registered persons. The silk yarn, any person who manufacture the silks, and the recipient of the goods is any registered person. Here RCM will pay by the any registered person. Purchase of raw cotton, agriculture is the supplier, and the recipient of goods is any registered person. Lottery ticket, state government will issue the lottery tickets, and the selling agent will pay the RCM. Purchase of used vehicles, seized and confiscated goods, old and used goods, waste and scrap. Central government, state government, union territory, or a local authority. Recipient is any registered person. Purchase of priority sector lending certificate, bank or financial institution, any registered person is the recipient of the goods. Purchase of cement, any person. But we are before we say in the notification, promoter will pay the RCM on this cement. These are the services. Service of goods, travel agency. Before we seen that invoices also, transport agent is the transport person is the supplier, and he okay. Legal services of the advocate. Any individual advocate or including a senior advocate or form of advocates. The business entity located in the taxable territory will pay the RCM. Services of the arbitral tribunal to a business entity. The business entity will pay the tax. Sponsorship services. Any person and any body corporate or partnership firm located in the taxable territory will pay the RCM. Service of insurance agent. Uh, any person carrying on insurance businesses located in the taxable territory will pay the RCM on these services. Recovery agent. Recovery agent, banking company or financial institution or non-NBFC located in taxable territories. Of overseas committees. Suppliers are members of overseas committee constituted by the Reserve Bank of India. RCM will pay by the RBI. Directors services except remuneration. The company or body corporated located in yes, other, okay. Company or body corporated located in taxable territory will pay the RCM. Services provided by central, state, local authority to any business entities. Then the business entity located in taxable territory will pay the RCM. Services of an author, music composer, photographer, artist, or like by way of transfer or permitting the use or enjoyment of copyright, then the publisher, music company, or producer are the like located in the taxable territory. Services by way of transfer of development rights or floor space index. This one we already discussed. Promoter will pay on the long-term lease against the consideration in the this one. So we already read the promoter will pay the RCM. Services of an 93. Okay. Okay. Services of an individual direct selling agent. A banking company or a non-NBFC located in taxable territory will pay the RCM. Services of business facilitator. Then the banking company will pay the RCM. Security services. Any person other than a body corporate is a supplier of services. Registered person located in taxable territory will pay. Sorry, I missed that one. Services of a business correspondent. A, a business correspondent located in taxable territory will pay the. If we provide to his sorry, an agent or sorry, your business correspondent will only pay the tax. Sir. Okay, BC. Okay. Hmm. Okay. BC to BC, then the recipient BC will pay the tax. Okay. Okay. With effect from 1/10/2019, services of hiring of any motor vehicle designed to carry passenger where the cost of fuel included in the consideration by way of service recipient. Supplier of service is any person other than the body corporate who supplies the service to a body corporate, does not issue an invoice charging central tax at a rate of 6%. Then RCM will apply that any body corporate located in taxable territory will pay the tax. Here, if not charging the 6% tax rate, then the body corporate, recipient body corporate will pay the tax. With effect from this one also from 1/10/2019, service of lending security under securities lending scheme of SEBI lender, a person who deposits the securities registered in the name or in the name of any other person duly authorized on behalf of with an approved intermediary for the purpose of lending under the SEBI. The borrower will pay the RCM. The borrower means who borrows the securities under the scheme through an approved SEBI. These are the services which are listed to pay the RCM. Next, I am explaining this 9 subsection 5. E-commerce operators will pay the RCM. Here, notified category of services. That notified category of services are accommodation services, housekeeping services, transportation of passenger. Transportation passenger means example Ola, Uber. Accommodation services are example OYO rooms. Housekeeping services example the Urban Club. If you take this, if the e-commerce operator supplies to the unregistered person, the e-commerce operator will liable to pay the tax. And the same, if he provide the services to registered person, then registered person will pay the tax. If you take the OYO rooms, Mr. A has a rooms. He provide the services through the OYO rooms website, and if the Mr. A is not registered, then e-commerce operator will pay the tax. If Mr. A is registered and under the GST Act, this is applied only to where transportation of the passenger registered and unregistered. If they registered or unregistered, e-commerce operator will only pay the tax. Understood? Any doubts in this concept? Yes, no. E-commerce operator. As we discussed the RCM, this is the box 4 in the GSTR1. Here, supply attracts reverse charge. We have to take, and we have the supplier has to mention these details. Then the recipient in the 2A GSTR 2A recipient GSTR 2A, the supplies are reflected. Then the recipient will pay the tax. He will come to know that he has to pay the tax. Disclosure of RCN liability. Okay. Next, disclosure supplier okay. Next, disclosure of RCN liability in GSTR 3B. This is recipient will disclose the RCN liability in the inward supplies liable to reverse charge. Uh, Box 3.1 box D, inward supplies liable to reverse charge. Here the recipient will disclose the amount, liability amount, and the pay and he has to pay the taxes. And he claiming the same input in GSTR 3B box 4 eligible ITC if it is a import of goods IGST or import of services IGST also, and inward supplies where other than 1 and 2 he has to disclose he has to claim in the third box A3. Okay. Supply. And 4. Yes. Entry details. Input 4. Got. Okay. So overs